everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right, today's topic is never lower your standards. Never lower your standards. I pulled a short video just to get us started. So let's watch this short video. Then we have a letter. We're going to dive right into the letter and talk about this issue. Never lower your standards. Here we go.
Never lower your standards or settle because you are tired of waiting. You see, patience builds value, but desperation destroys it. Never lower your standards and never settle for someone who isn't right for you. It will cost you later, I promise you that. Learn to love yourself, right? I know that you want love, attention, affection, and attention, and you want this. You've been waiting for so long, and you're like, hey, I need some love, right? I want a relationship. I want to be married. I want a family. But don't lower your standards to the point that you invite people who aren't right for you. And, in turn, they destroy your life.
All right, let's dive into this letter. There are a few things that really weigh on my mind about this relationship. One of the biggest is that he isn't a Christian. And faith is a huge part of who I am. He grew up Christian, but drifted away after the years. Since we've been together, he's been trying to reconnect with his spiritual side, which I do appreciate. But you realize he's probably just doing that to appease you, not because it's in his heart to do it. You see, when people make a spiritual step, it's got to come from the heart. You don't do it just to appease other people, because you're not going to get anything out of it. Okay, so, about wanting him to be a Christian again, I don't think that people should try to push their faith on others who might be interested in them. Okay, you got to accept them for who they are and where they are. Okay, here we go. But I can't help but feeling that I should be with someone who they are right now. Well, if you want a Christian, well, then that's what you ought to do. You ought to go find yourself a Christian to be with and leave him alone. Not who they say they're going to become. Like I told you, he's only telling you that to appease you. If he were interested in becoming a Christian, then he would do it. He wouldn't need you. Okay? And he wouldn't need your motivation to do it either. I don't want to marry someone based on potential promises. I want to see the real thing. Well, then you need to go for the real thing. Okay? You don't settle for something other than what you really want and then want to complain about it. If it's not meeting your standard, then you need to walk away from it. And you know what? And be on your own. It's not scary to be on your own. You don't have to be in a relationship. And I think a lot of, especially younger people, believe that that is a stamp of maturity to be in a relationship. No. That's just your mind. That's just a mindset, a program that you believe that a relationship makes you complete. Now, a lot of times a relationship will take away from you more than it completes you. Okay? All right. Another concern is where he is in life compared to me. He's behind in his career, and that's been hard for me to overlook. All right, here we go. Strike number 2. Because of mental health struggles and other personal issues, he's had to take a total of a couple of years off from school. But by the time I finish, he will still have a few years before he's done. Sometimes I feel like he just doesn't have the same drive or ambition that I do. Well, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't feel the urgency. Maybe he came from different circumstances than you came from. Okay? Maybe he doesn't feel the push in this area from his end. All right? And maybe this is something that you always dreamed about doing. So now you have the opportunity to do it. But the thing is, you chose this man, and now you want to criticize him because he's not measuring up. That is an issue. You don't do that. If you are dating someone that doesn't meet your standards, then I say, leave them alone. Let them go in peace. Don't try to mold them into what you want or what you think you want. Men have a habit of doing that. They'll meet a woman and then they'll try to mold her into their fantasy girl. Well, some women will comply to that and be molded, and the man will cheat on them because he'll figure out that's not quite what he wanted anyway. He liked what he was attracted to, the way she was in the beginning, not what he had molded her to be. And it's the same thing with women. You don't mold a man into what you want him to be, and then you just treat him like a puppy. You won't respect him because he didn't stand on his own 2 feet and be who he wanted to be. Okay? So, yeah, don't try to mold people. You say he's making progress. He's working on his mental health and trying to stay focused. But there are things in his past that make me uneasy. To his credit, he's changed a lot. He does pay for dates now. So wait a minute. So you're saying in the beginning that he wasn't paying for dates? You had to pay? Well, that was your fault. So you have been carrying this man up to now. Why? Why are you doing that? He brings me flowers and seems serious about turning his life around. Why? Did you teach him how to do these things? Did you tell him that he needs to bring you some flowers sometime? He needs to pay. You training him to be the man that you want? It's not going to work. He's going to wake up one day and resent it. Okay? And resent you for it. Okay? No. He admits that he's behind and says he feels terrible about the choices he's made in the past. So what, you make the man sit up and confess to you why he's in the situation he's in? Still, I can't shake this feeling that I'm lowering my standards. I care about him, but part of me wonders if I'm settling. If you have this feeling that you are settling, then you are. That's your gut feeling. It will never steer you wrong. It's telling that you're settling. And you've been settling for a while. Because here you say that he was a Christian, but now he's not one. Okay? So you probably didn't meet him in church. And when you met him, you probably say, "You Christian?" And he said, "Well, I was raised, but not now." Something like that. Now, so you settle that. That was number one. You settle for that. Number two, you said that he's behind in his career or whatever. The schooling is an issue. He had to take some time. So you settle for that. Number three, you say he got some mental health issues. You settle for that. But now you come back and say that now he's paying for dates. He's bringing you flowers. And he's trying to turn his life around under your guidance. You're trying to make a man. You can't make a man. You cannot make this man be who you want. If he's not it, he's not it. Now, it's not saying that maybe in the future, you didn't tell me how old you were or anything like that, but if you're in school, then you both are young. So maybe in the future, He will be the man that, that you would desire. But not now. You are unhappy with everything about the man. So the answer is clear. Let him go. Leave him in peace. You cannot mold this man to be what you want. You're always going to be dissatisfied with him. You're always going to be henpecking him, which he is going to grow to resent. You see, and hopefully he's not the type of man that has a temper. You see, you don't want that because that will eventually break you up anyway. Let it go. Do not lower your standards just to be with a man. Ladies, if the man does not meet your standards, let it go. Walk away. Be strong enough to walk away and know that you can make it on your own. You don't actually need him. That's what makes you strong. You see? Until the one comes along that measures up. Then you may give him some of your time and attention. But you don't give it to any and everybody and then try to mold them into what you want. That's not going to work, ladies. I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. I thank you for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those who have helped in this fundraising campaign for my adopted family. Now, many of you haven't had the opportunity to donate yet, so I'm going to run the campaign a little while longer, but the holidays are coming fast, and I really wanted to present the family with something so that they can enjoy this holiday from the channel. So that's why I've been asking you for your help so that whatever I can put together, we can all put something together to present to this family. And this is a family in need and a family who will really appreciate your help. So I've been asking, send me the price of a cup of coffee. All right. And if you can't afford that, send in $1. Do you know if a number of you just sent in $1, they would have a nice amount. It would be a nice amount to present to the family. I really appreciate your support on this. Many of you have been very generous in your giving. And I just want you to know that the universe is going to bless you. The universe will always multiply when you give from the heart. I want to thank you so much for supporting this effort. I wish you all the very best and happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.